Alright, finally caught one. Caught it here on this Senko, pretty good one, about a 4-pounder. So, not a bad start to the day. Alright, got another one, back-to-back casts. And still on that Senko. That one's not quite as good, but figured. So, what that tells me is there are fish that are starting to move up on beds. They're starting to move up on beds like that. Catch one, throw back in exactly the same spot, because there's probably another one right with it. On a little bit of a pattern now. About another 2-pounder. Good fish. Nice healthy fish. Been up here in this grass a while. Look how fat that fish is. That's a nice. That's probably almost 3 pounds. That's a nice, good quality fish right there. So I'm probably up to 9 pounds now. I fished out here for about 30 minutes and didn't get a bite. And just got up in this little section. Caught 3 fish straight away, so I think they're starting to get a little bit closer to where they're trying to be. Remember what I said about fish being together? If you catch one, throw back the same spot. Problem is that that fish knocked my worm off. I forget exactly where I threw it, but I think it was here. So let's see. So I am definitely on a pattern. So we'll talk a minute about trying to find a pattern in the springtime, finding some fish. So, my opinion, springtime, you need 4 baits. That's it. You need spinner bait, a chatter bait, a Texas rig creature bait, I like a brush hog, and an unweighted Senko. I use those 4 baits to locate the fish, okay? So, I was fishing up and down this stretch. I was just mixing it up, fishing a little bit fast, and back and forth between a chatter bait and a spinner bait, and wasn't seeing much, wasn't seeing much. Didn't get any hits, but I noticed just before I stopped down here, I had a fish that swirled at my spinner bait, and I went, all right, that's something. There's something in here, and he was closer to the grass than I started fishing. So I fished a little bit more, and then I had another one swirl at my spinner bait, and he was closer to the grass. Okay, so now I think I've located the fish. They seem to be closer to the grass. They seem to be in this little stretch, but they're not eating the spinner bait. They're swirling at it, but they're not eating it. Okay, so what do? I power pull down, and I pick up my Senko, and I start throwing that Senko right on the edge of the grass where those fish were swirling at it. Now, these fish that I'm catching right here, these are different fish, so I'm not targeting the exact same fish. I'm trying to dial in on a little bit of a pattern. And in the springtime, that is my go-to move. Use those 4 baits to try and figure out what's going on with the fish, and then I'll sit down and mess around with colors and sizes and things like that. But the most important thing is finding where the fish are and finding what they're trying to eat, and then you can refine it from there. So that's where I start in the springtime. That is a really good fish right there. Wants to be down in that grass. That is a really good fish. Alright, nice. That one's 4.5 or 5. Probably, just over 4 probably. Beautiful fish. I'm gonna put a scale on it just to check, because it's not as thick as it should be. Might not even be over 4. But that's not bad. So we got 2 that are 4, and then we got couple of 2 and 3 pounders. So we're probably sitting at 8, 10, no, 15, 16 pounds. 15, 16 pounds probably. I don't know how big this one is, if he's big fish or he's covered in grass. Probably both. Nope, neither. Not a bad one. Yeah, you have a good one actually. One. A little bit of grass on him. That's a pretty decent sized fish right there. This one is going to be, yeah, 4.5 pounder. That's not bad. So that's 3 fish over 4 pounds today. And that one came on this spinner bait, which is good. I can cover more water like that. So. Right. There's another good quality fish. And I'll show you something. Show you what they're. Oh, he choked it down. He had a shad in his mouth. I'll show you, but oh well. So that's another 3 pounder. We're probably sitting at 3 that are 4, 3 that are 3. So my best 5 right now, if I was fishing a tournament, probably be, what's that, 12 plus 6, 18 pounds, something like that. So probably need to do a little better than that, but we can upgrade with a couple more 4s. We'll be in a good spot. Another solid fish. .8. I got a real good one here. Oh, he broke my line. Shit, that one was 6. Oh, that sucks. That was a good fish. 'Nice chunk. Nice chunk of a bass. You can see all this hydrilla that I'm fishing. Pretty. It's a nice fish. A pretty looking fish. Been back here in this clean water, I guess. What are you doing? What are you doing eating that? That is a little tiny guy. Another little tiny one. Got some little tiny ones back here chasing bait. Hey guys, thanks for joining in today. Let's just do a quick recap on how to find and catch pre-spawn bass. So remember this morning where we started on a south-facing cove. That's where the bass are going to move up in there first, because those south-facing coves heat up. The water was just a little bit stained, which is perfect. That stained water is going to heat up a little bit faster. We started throwing those 4 baits I talked about: a chatterbait, a spinner bait, a creature bait Texas rigged, and an unweighted Cinco. And started throwing that around for a little bit till we got some follows on that spinner bait, and that told me I was in the right area. And then we slowed it down and proceeded to catch them on Cincos, brush hogs, got some more spinner bait bites. Couldn't get anything turned on chatterbait today, but that's all right. Found some nice bedding fish. We caught a couple. We lost a good 6-pounder. That would have made a big difference. But then we started dialing it in a little bit. I started throwing some flukes when I saw some fish on beds and they were chasing bait. But the key is simplifying your spread to just those 4 baits when you're trying to find fish. Don't overthink it. Once you get some action, that's when it's time to refine it. So good luck to you. Appreciate you joining in.